Hey guys, it's my third time back in Mexico City and it was the best one yet. Mexico City is one of my favorite places, so come with me as I explore some well-known and hidden gems and eat my heart out. It's so sunny. We fly from Puerto Escondido to Mexico City. It was just supposed to be a layover, but I was easily convinced by my friends who were there to stay. So I ended up saying goodbye to Amr as he heads home and I skip out on my flight to stay longer in Mexico. I hop in a taxi as it was cheaper than the Uber prices currently. I booked a last-minute Airbnb in the Condesa neighborhood and will usually Uber or walk around.
I'm really excited and we'll be here for a week. Let's go.
The very first time I went to Mexico City was early 2020 with my friends for my birthday. It was the last trip I took before COVID happened. At that time, a lot of people were telling me to be careful and asked whether it would be safe. And now, 3 years and 3 trips later, I still say I have always felt safe and couldn't recommend Mexico City enough. It's one of my favorite places to go, especially flying from the US, and I decided to stay in Mexico City longer to meet up with my new friends that I met in Oaxaca. I ended up hanging out with them the entire time I was in Mexico City, and it was a lot of fun. One of my favorite things to do in Mexico City is to try different restaurants and cafes. The food scene here is incredible and has some of the most delicious foods that are a mix of different cultures, and there is so much nature and greenery all around the city. I also know that for me, making US dollars and spending Mexican pesos makes things cheaper for me. So I always make sure to tip more than I usually do, and I try to be mindful of my presence in the sense that I'm here to learn and appreciate this country, to not be a rude tourist, acting pretentious or self-righteous. I try to learn some Spanish and speak it, though terribly. I made some friends there, and they've expressed how it is a struggle for the locals to come to terms with accepting gringos, tourists, and digital nomads openly into their community, because that's an influx of money, particularly US dollars, that it is also causing gentrification and pushing locals out of their homes when foreigners are able to pay more in US dollars. So it's definitely a difficult topic, and all I ask is that you be mindful as well when you're here. I ended up spending 10 days here, and my days looked like this. I would do some work, then head out to a cafe for brunch, and then do more work at the cafe or a co-working space or go back to the Airbnb, and then I'll meet up with my friends for dinner and or drinks. It was so lovely, and my heart was so full each day. I really didn't want to leave. Another thing I love about Mexico City are all the panaderia bakeries. I love walking around and buying pan, bread, or anything with guava. I definitely put on weight every time I'm in Mexico City, and the altitude doesn't help because I don't work out as much, though I do walk around a lot, so I hope it all evens out. Either way, I'm in Mexico City, so I'm eating whatever my heart desires.
And the other one is the green leaves. Churro comes with pig. Chicken wings comes with. Thank you. Make with lentils. Yeah. Tamarind.
Next up is a day trip to Xochimilco, which in Nahuatl means field of flowers. It's just outside of Mexico City and is a World Heritage Site and is known for its canals and boat rides. We bought our own drinks, snacks, and water, but you can buy everything when you're here, except sunscreen, I think. You should always bring your own and wear sunscreen every day. We booked a 3-hour boat ride, hung out, got to see different areas and walked around, and it was just all around a good time. And yes, there are bathrooms available, just have a couple of coins or cash to pay to use them. This is my first time doing an Airbnb experience. My friends and I did a taco bike tour, and we biked around the city to try different tacos. We went to 4 different taco spots, and one of them was Molino and Pujol, which is the same popular Pujol seen on Netflix, but it's a smaller, accessible restaurant and tortilla shop serving the same tacos. I went to Pujol during my last trip, and I thought it was good. There were some beautiful and creative dishes, and the service was top-notch, but I wasn't blown away by the food. Let me know if you felt the same way.
The dog that comes out in the Puerto. Can you recognize them? Is that this is Lardo? Okay, so grab it.
A little bit of cilantro criollo, and that's it. Enjoy.
It has a little bit of bud.
I truly wasn't sure what to think when a friend raved about this Thai restaurant called Galanga, but he said it was the best Thai food he's ever had outside of Thailand. So we gave it a try and were blown away by the food. I would 100% recommend it and come back to Galanga. Another place I'd highly recommend is the Speakeasy called Handshake. Make reservations in advance because it books out quickly. These were the most unique and delicious cocktails I have had, and I really wished I could have drank more so I could try more of them. But instead, I will come back here next time. After drinking all those cocktails, we had to get late night tacos, of course.